Hey everybody. So if you go to the Kotel, if you go to the Western Wall, invariably on your way down the steps, you will encounter someone who will ask for tzedakah. You'll encounter a lot of people actually asking for tzedakah, asking for charity. And in the event that you give one of these individuals, there's a great likelihood that they will tie a red string around your wrist. And as many of you know, that red string, red bendel, my mother used to call it in Yiddish, it's to ward off the evil eye. It's to ward off the evil eye. Today I'm wearing a red band watch. I wonder if it does the same thing. But be that as it may, so what is going on here? I mean, it kind of smacks a little bit of, dare I say, idol worship, giving power to something other than God. And we know, by the way, Madonna, she was one of the musicians and famous people who made this whole red string very, very famous. But getting back, like, how do we view this? And in this week's Parsha, we have issues with attributing too much power to something in the material world. I know, it sounds like a Madonna song. Because we have the unfortunate event in this week's Parsha, Parshat Kitisa, where the Jewish people make these golden calves. This golden calf, singular actually, they make it and they declare, these are the gods that took you out of Egypt. And it's like, it's a very difficult thing to understand. A lot of commentaries talk about it, way too complex for a 5-6 minute video. But what exactly was going on here? And especially in light of the fact that right after this event, or couched in this event, right before and after actually the Parshas, we are told to make the Mishkan, the tabernacle. And what is there? Right at the Kodesh Kadoshim, the holiest spot, where God would communicate with Moshe, and thereby the whole Jewish people. He would speak from these two golden kruvim, these two golden cherub, the things which were like angels. They had the motif of angels and children and wings and a bird, but they were golden man-made things. So when you think about it, there's really a fine line between this horrible sin, the golden calf, and the Kodesh Kadoshim, the Holy of Holies, where God speaks to the Jewish people in the holiest spot in the world. So to understand this, we have to understand that it isn't so much the thing itself that is innately wrong. It's where is the source that it came from and what's our attitude towards it. You see, the Keruvim, the Kodesh, that was in the Kodesh Kadoshim, the Holy of Holies, that came from God. And therefore it's okay, even though it's a golden thing. The golden calf came from men. They decided that this is going to be their means, their conduit to spirituality, and that's where it all goes south and it's all wrong. So the source for it is extremely important, which in turn affects our attitude. You see, getting back to that red string, if you think that that has power independently, like this somehow is going to make things better for you and ward off bad things, kind of like, what is it, Wonder Woman, knocking off the bad stuff, that's avodah zarah, that's idol worship, that you can't do. But if it's a reminder for you to, let's say, be humble so you don't draw so much attention and therefore be subjected to the evil eye, or reminds you to be a better person, then it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all in terms of the attitude of how you view the thing. It could be the exact same thing, but if you have the wrong attitude towards it, then it's a bad thing. Then it's avodah zarah. Then it's almost like idol worship. But if you have the right attitude, it's perfectly fine. And we see this with all kinds of stuff. Mezuzah, for instance. Yeah, the Gemara talks about the mezuzah as offering shmirah, as offering protection in a Jewish home. Does the mezuzah in of itself offer protection? No, it's the idea that this is a mitzvah from God, that what's in there is Shema, in recognizing that God is one and has all the power, the concept of reward and punishment. It's there to remind us of the meaningful things in our relationship with God, and that in turn gives us Shmirah. That gives us the ability, the protection that God is willing to offer us. But if you think the mezuzah in of itself is some good luck charm, and you put it up there and it wards off evil, no, that's not the idea. Same thing with the Torah, Sefer Torah. People kiss a Sefer Torah. That's okay. Because again, it's a holy thing to remind us to connect with God. Tzitzit, the Torah says explicitly, it's a reminder of the 613 mitzvot to do all the mitzvot. It doesn't have a power in of itself, except from the fact that it is from God, and it's there to encourage us and help us to be better people, Jews, etc. So once again, that red bundle, that red string around your wrist, it's fine. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it, as long as you don't think it has some sort of independent power. Mitzvah number 2 of the 10 Commandments, God says, don't make any images of me. None of that, because ultimately power only comes from God, and we have material, physical things to remind us of that. They don't have power independent of God. Wear your red string. It's fine. Have a good Shabbat.